there, Joe with S3 Archery, and I picked up a brand new 2014 Rinehart RhinoBag, and thought I'd do a quick impressions of it, first impressions / review of it, as well as a side-by-side comparison with our friend the McKenzie ShotBlocker, which you see in almost every single video of ours. Have tons of experience with the ShotBlocker, just picked up the RhinoBag, and thought a lot of you might have this question or have this decision really to make between should I get a bag target, should I get a block target, or like a McKenzie target, a compression target. So thought I'd take a couple shots. You can hear the difference, see the difference, as well as just get my impressions of it. So stick around, learn something about compression targets versus the bag targets. Okay, so let's start off with the RhinoBag. And like I said, this is the Rinehart RhinoBag I picked up for $65 from the local archery shop. And kind of have this idea about at the S3 complex buying a bunch of bag targets and hanging them all around the complex, so we have things to shoot at rather than just stumping all the time. But we enjoy stumping, we love stumping, that's our favorite thing to do. But sometimes you just want to do the target practice but get some variation in the distances, almost like field shooting. So just looking at this bag target, looking at the front, very attractive front, as well as the back. I can come around the back end and plenty of spots to shoot at. So they have all these different dots to shoot at, so it should be lots of variety compared to the McKenzie. Then technically we had a deer here. It's getting shot up. We've got about, estimating, I bet we have 10,000 shots on the ShotBlocker, and it just keeps taking it. And then we shot out all the white on this side, and then we just, you can see that there used to be white dots. They shot them all out, and we just put a big old black circle there. And then it's the same thing on this side, same kind of pattern. All the different white dots. And then up here, I don't really remember what was on this side actually, but we ripped off the bag and we just put 3 dots to shoot at. So those are the differences for the different faces on the targets. As far as durability, like I said, we probably have 10,000 shots on the ShotBlocker, and you can tell it's a little worse for wear, but it's not that bad overall. It looks pretty darn good. Bag target, just picked it up, have probably 50 shots on it, and I think it's just kind of the thing with the bag targets, when you hit them, they don't self-heal. You just get the holes and they stay. So I would say that after about 500 shots, especially if you're just pegging the middle, here we're trying to get a little bit of variety. We're going after different dots, trying to spread the love a little bit. But if you're just trying to shoot the dead center, you're going to shoot out the bag and you'll have to buy a replacement bag. I talked to the local pro at the archery shop, and he said that it would be about $20 to get a replacement bag. But like I said, if you're shooting the same spot over and over again and you're pretty accurate, you're going to be replacing those bags quite often. So I would say my first impressions of it, if you are someone who shoots hundreds of arrows a week, it might be better to go with a compression target, a self-healing target, versus the bag target. But if you're someone who just practices maybe 10 shots a week, bag target is definitely a great option, as it's cheaper, $65 versus $80 for McKenzie ShotBlocker. If you get a Rinehart block, they can be upwards of $180. So you can save some money with the block target, but the durability of it, it's not going to last as long as a compression target. The next thing I'll talk about is the noise that they make after you hit them. So I'll set it up on the table, take a couple shots from about 10 yards. Okay, so here I am. I'm at about 5 yards. And I'm just going to take 2 shots, one at the McKenzie and one at the RhinoBag. We'll just kind of listen to the noise difference between these 2 targets. Same arrows, heavy hunters, 572 grains. Not really sure diameter, I think they're 5/16. But typical arrow, it doesn't really matter. Had my brother-in-law, Andy, take a couple shots, and he shoots Matthews Adrenaline. Probably shoots about 260 feet per second. This is probably shooting 140 feet per second, if that even, 130 maybe. And it just gets louder actually. This amplifies just a little bit. So let's take 2 shots, see how they go. First one, we'll do the McKenzie ShotBlocker, I think. We'll just listen to it. Alright, so right in the dot, you heard the bow go off, but there's not a whole lot after that. Now we'll hit the bag target, see how that reacts. A little bit more of a report on that one. So let's do one more at the bag target just so you can hear the difference. It's quite loud, so that's the one thing I'll say about that. I bought this actually for shooting in the cities, but it made such a loud noise I didn't want to like scare the neighbors, having them think a gun goes off, so I brought it up to the S3 complex. So I think if you need it to be quiet, a compression target, it's almost impossible to beat. It makes no noise, where these bag targets, I mean, they do give a rapport back. Try it one more time. So you can really hear it. So take that for what it's worth. Compression target quieter, bag target a little louder. But there is a benefit to the bag target I'm about to show you. It's pulling the arrows. Let's go take a look at that. Alright, so here we are. We're at the targets that I just shot. You can see the McKenzie. Got one in there. We're shooting at, who knows what, 6 yards, 5 yards, or something like that. So nothing too amazing. And then the bag target. Got the first one in there. And the second one I just shot a little lower just to not break the arrow. But now, like I said, let's go pull one here. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to zoom out so you can get everything. And I am going to take my thumb and my pinky, no power at all. I have no muscle with these two. Grab this arrow. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Alright, I'll go like this. That's better. Grab pinky and thumb, pull. Look at that. It came out. Let me do that again. Pinky and my thumb. I'm going to grab this arrow. And it comes right out. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I think that's insane. We go to the ShotBlocker. And there's no way that you could do that with a ShotBlocker. You're just going to have to grab it with your hand. And even then, I'm pulling pretty good, and it comes out. So, when it comes to taking and removing targets, I mean, I think if you've got a family, if you've got young kids, I mean, it's tough to beat a bag target, because you can take it out with a ½ pound of pressure, and the arrow comes right out. I actually don't even know how that's possible, but it's pretty amazing. So, as a recap, I would say, durability-wise, compression target, I've got thousands and thousands of shot on the ShotBlocker. Still looks almost new technically. It holds like new. Bag target, I can't imagine it really lasting more than 1,000 shots if you're lucky. But the bag target makes it much easier to remove arrows from, as well as kind of transporting. You can just pick up the bag target. It's got a really nice handle. Just throw it in the back of the truck and it'll work great. So I don't know, take it for what it's worth. Bag target versus compression, whatever you'd like. So that's my take on it. Joe from S3 Archery. Till next time, shoot straight.